Hello everybody, welcome to another vlog. As you can see back there, I've put a sign up that says vlog number 6 because it's not really Corona themed anymore, so we're just gonna have this regular vlog set up, I guess, for now. And I'll just talk about what happened during the week. Corona related, still doing quite well, still healthy, nothing going on here. The dog is also fine, she's recovered from all the stuff that ailed her before, and now she just really likes snacks, I don't know. Other than that, everything is normal with her. There was a slight issue with my car, which I'll get into, and a delivery issue because I ordered some stuff online because you can't really go to the store right now like everybody else. So there was that. But I'll start with the car because last time I went grocery shopping, I had this issue with the car getting the steering wheel locked. So the steering wheel locked as I turned off the road and onto the parking lot. I was already going quite slowly, like maybe 30 kilometers an hour. I don't know exactly how many miles, but it's kind of, well, it's quite slow. So I was going quite slowly and I was slowing down as I went in the turn. And as I came out of the turn, like I was almost straightening out, the steering wheel locked. Of course, it was basically crawling speed-wise right now, so I wasn't actually about to hit anybody or anything. But I was like, what the hell's going on? I can't turn it back. I tried to like back it up and try it again. Eventually the car actually stalled. Fortunately, there was nobody behind me waiting to get through or on either side trying to get out, so I was very fortunate in that sense that it wasn't actually in the way. If anybody watched me struggling, they might have wondered what the heck was going on. But anyway, so eventually the car stalled after a couple seconds. I didn't spend like minutes there, just a couple of seconds. And when I turned the engine back on, the steering wheel was unlocked again, so that was fortunate. So the steering wheel locked, that's like an unlock system. I guess that's anti-theft or something. You're supposed to be able to only do that when you're standing still. It turned itself on and off, so that was not a good idea. So I went and booked a appointment at a garage to have that fixed. That'll be next Thursday. Then I'm going to go drop that off. Hopefully they'll be able to fix it. I don't know exactly what it is. I went and looked up what it could have been in Google. Maybe it's been damaged to the steering lock system. Probably somebody has messed with it in the past or something, because I've had the car for about a year and a half now, and I certainly haven't messed with it as far as I'm aware. I did have one previous instance, but I thought it was just that occasion that the steering wheel locked, because that was a very busy day and I had to find a spot in a very full parking lot. That was a whole story by itself, by the way. So I find a spot that's on my right, so I'm like, okay, great, there's a spot, somebody just pulled out, so I'm gonna quickly put my car in. So I quickly turned the wheel and it went pretty much all the way around because I had to make a very sharp turn there. And then somebody else had apparently been waiting for that spot to open up as well, so they were standing in front of the other car. I hadn't seen them. So they backed up and started honking at me angrily and telling me to leave and blah blah blah. So I'm like, okay, whatever, I'll try to get it to move. Thinking that it would move, but then when I tried to start the car, it first of all wouldn't turn the key properly, and the steering wheel was locked as well. So I was like, oh my god, what's going on? And that time I wasn't able to undo the steering wheel lock until I had put the car in neutral and just kind of backed it up with pushing it with my foot outside the car, pushing it back a few inches so that it would actually be able to turn a bit. And that was one thing, and I thought that was just because of the sharp turn that I had made. And the whole situation with like panicking, trying to get the car back up started and stuff like that. But this time I was just doing a very normal turn into a parking lot, and I've done that turn a whole bunch of times and nothing ever went wrong with it. So I'm not really sure what that could be. So hopefully that'll get fixed on Thursday and then we'll have no more issues with that. So that was the car situation. Other thing was a delivery. I ordered something, or ordered two things at the same time, but they were sent separately because sometimes they don't have the same delivery time. They don't have them in the same storehouse or whatever it is. So I had ordered two different types of tarot decks because occasionally I do some tarot readings just for fun. And I ordered the one that came in, and the other one, it took several weeks. And it just wouldn't go to the delivery company. You can like track and trace your order, and then it'll show you where it is and when it was received by the delivery company, when it's intended to go your way, etc. Now, according to the website where I ordered it, it was supposed to arrive on the 14th of April, I think. But when I looked at the track and trace, the delivery company said that it hadn't even really been delivered yet, so or received, I should say. So eventually I contacted them yesterday to see what about the order that I had asked them to send me. So I sent a message saying, hey, look, this item from this order has not yet been delivered. Can you figure out where it is? I thought that was clear enough, but apparently not, because the first person who replied to me from their customer service team said, oh, you want to have this thing, or you don't have this order yet, like the entire order? Okay, we'll just refund you the price for the first item, because we can't deliver that a second time. Apparently that was a limited edition or something. I don't know if they didn't have one on stock. And then we'll just send you a new one of the other one. So I'm like, wait a second, you don't need to refund me the first one, because I already got that one. So I mailed that back, like, okay, it's not necessary to refund me the first one because I already have it. I just want the second one because that one never came in. So then I get a message from another person from their customer service company who apparently was like, oh, looks like we've already refunded you and now you're gonna have to pay it back. And like, or no, they asked if I had been refunded yet. That's right. You had 3 people. One said, I'll refund you. The second one said, have you been refunded yet? To which I replied, no, I haven't. I'm trying to prevent that from happening because it's not necessary. And then the third one said, well, it's already been done, so now you're just going to have to pay a bunch back. So they sent me an invoice for the month that they supposedly refunded me. I haven't even really checked if they have refunded it, actually. Yeah, okay, so they did actually send me the money, and then I sent the exact same amount back. Good. So I didn't lose any money in the exchange, but it was just a bit awkward to have this whole monetary exchange for no particular reason, just because somebody acted too quickly and didn't check with their coworker to see if they had actually done anything else yet, or actually read my mail correct, because I already had that object. So the tarot deck, I want to show you real quick what I ordered. The one that came in too late, or had to be sent the second time, is this one, Everyday Tarot, which is kind of like a much smaller version card than you normally get. Like, it's this size, like basically just a playing card. Normally a tarot deck is about this long and about this wide. Let me just grab one real quick. Like, take a look at this comparison right here. We got here the Hierophant versus, what's this? Nine of Pentacles. But there's a bit of a size difference, isn't it? Usually they're a lot bigger, but these are a lot smaller. That makes them easy to shuffle, but can also be a little difficult because these are also a little thicker for some reason. And they have this gilded edge. You can't see that really, I'm pretty sure. There's a slight gilded edge there, and that makes the cards kind of stick together. So there's that. Other than that, nothing much going on here. Just staying at home. Maybe there will be more movements allowed soonish. It looks like we're going the right way, but there are countries out there. Let's pronounce things correctly, that are having a second wave of corona cases, like Japan, I believe, and someplace, South Korea, I think, also had another resurgence. So we're just gonna have to wait and see what happens. Like I said, I think that there are a lot of people, well, I said it yesterday in another stream, but I said yesterday in the stream that I figured that there were a lot of people running around who don't have the coronavirus symptoms, and therefore keep passing it off to each other. And if you have a bunch of people that don't notice that they actually have the virus, they're not going to be any more cautious than usual, and they might end up passing it on to somebody who is going to have an issue with the virus, and then that person gets tested, and then the news says, okay, we found one extra case of coronavirus. There's probably a whole bunch more who aren't experiencing any symptoms and are passing it back and forth to each other. So there's probably a lot more than that. And I think the second wave will probably start as soon as the restrictions on movement are lifted, or lifted at least somewhat, so people can still gather in groups. And then suddenly the people who had it and didn't know it are going to start passing it off a lot more, because they'll be able to come into contact with a lot more people. And then we'll probably get a second wave as well. So the only way I think you could really get it out of the system of the country is to test everybody, but there aren't enough tests for that, as we've heard many times before. So we'll just have to wait and see how long this lasts before we've got this fabled herd immunity, which is also contested because people do have cases of they have caught it a second time. So that's also a possibility. There's different strains of the virus. It's like this thing that mutates constantly. So there's probably going to be more trouble with that. Anyway, so until next week, make sure to take care of yourself and the people around you, and stay safe. Be smart, don't do anything that I wouldn't do, which still allows for quite a lot. And I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, and bye-bye for now.